What's up, traders, and welcome to my stream. Today has been over, and we are in Euphoria market, a market in which battery stocks are running to the moon. Today, we have had a ticker, actually three tickers that were part of the battery extravaganza, let's call it. And, for educational purposes only, as usual. And I was able to profit on all three of them, actually. All two of them. So let's discuss our battery operated battery stocks. So this is kind of like what happened today. So first off, on Friday, you can see my P&L here for today. It's around 45K in one ticker, 20K, 13K, 1K, 3K, and a bunch of losses in ELOB and NDRA. This is just being stupid. So we're gonna go talk, and this is yesterday's trade, and this is not a actual trade. So I do have losses, and then but the most important one for today is pretty much GWH. This ticker is part of the battery operated tickers or whatever. So I woke up nicely at around 7 a.m. 6:30, and I actually, some traders came in here at 7, sold it at 7.50. I went short at around 7.20, and then I covered at around 6.20. I also went long in GWH around 570 because this had a really nice base here, and then I sold it at 6.20. And soon enough, actually, I tried to go short, but sadly, I got stopped out with my max loss on this ticker, and this ticker GWV went up to 13. This is gigantic opportunity over here. I mean, this is just battery operated. If you go on Finviz, let me just get you on Finviz real quick. You can go on Finviz and you click GWB over here, GWH over here. You can see that the technology of GWH is battery, something with battery. There we go. So it has long duration energy storage that's scalable. So the theme of the day was batteries. Batteries is what the market, battery storage stocks. That's what's hot today. So soon enough, the other tickers that were on my radar. So this ticker stopped me out. A lot of traders did make some money long, and the other tickers that I did make money are Sympathy Momentum. One of them was STI. This is actually my best trade of the day. You can see so here that STI, I longed it around 13.33 and sold at 20, and this was actually my biggest gain of the day. You can see so here that STI, I initially went long at like 11ish, I think, and then I sold it at like 12.5. And then when I saw that after 10:30, we were pretty much breaking pre-market highs, I actually went long at around 13.30 right there. That's the long. You can see it's actually timestamp right here at 10:38, and I pretty much held all the way up to 20. And it pretty much hit a high of, actually we came down and actually hit a high of freaking 26 on battery operated stocks. Recharge stocks. And then I actually went short at around 26, and soon enough I actually covered into the 20s. So I actually took it long, and I actually took it short as well. So I did 2 trades on this ticker, STI or STI. You can see so here. The next ticker was pretty much the other ticker. This is also a battery stock. It's euphoria of buying in battery stocks. We can look at STI. We can see that industrial electrical parts equipment. So you can see powering people and places, next generation green production. So it's just talking about battery startup technology or whatever. So the next ticker is pretty much, we had 3 tickers that were pretty much battery operated. The next ticker is ELBM. ELBM, I went long a couple times. I actually went long at like 5, and then I sold it into the 6ish. That's another ticker I made like 20K on, and then I pretty much so I made 20%. A lot of traders made long, and then I pretty much started short at around 760, and then I covered at like 650. And I actually bought it on the way up here as it was breaking 650, and I made like 10%, 20% on the front side. A lot of crazy trades that I did on the front side, and then on the back side. And actually, I also bought the VWAP bounce here at around 530, and then sold it like at 590. So I did multiple trades on the long side, and I even bought the VWAP bounce over here. So I bought the long, I keep buying it as it made new highs. That's kind of like how I was able to sustain the 20K. I kept buying it as it made new highs. And that's kind of like how I was able to make the money. And then I shorted on the way down. That was decent. And you had STI here that pretty much I went long and then I went short. Actually, that was the easiest. This is all because GWH on Friday released news that you can see something with GWH here, something with batteries. You can see, so if you go on Finviz, you go to the batteries on October something, you can see that Salt River project taps 50 iron flow battery. So they added 5 flow battery to its system, purchase agreement, and blah blah blah. So it's all about battery operated stocks. So this ticker went parabolic here from 7 to 18. So you can see, so I also traded a couple of other tickers today. AQMS was very active. AQMS was very active in the aftermarket. A lot of traders mentioned in the chat room that this was a great long because it broke yesterday's high of 13. Soon enough, I actually bought it around 17 and sold 19. This was my best trade on it. Actually, that was a great mention in the chat room. This was a very cool trade here. And the other ticker that came up to my radar, you can see NVTS. NVTS was actually, this one's going higher. I actually still have it long. I have another 1,000 shared NVTS. NVTS released huge news. The semiconductor. So this ticker had news with Nvidia. You can see so here. Something with Nvidia DC power architecture. NVTS is the power leader in whatever announced progress in their advanced power devices to enable architecture announced by Nvidia AI generation. So this ticker was pretty much, NVTS was a little bit higher side on the float. It was 150 million. So therefore, I mean, I don't know where the exact resistance is. I had to look at the weekly and at the 20-year weekly to be able to find the resistance of this one. But you can see that it has room all the way up to 20. So I'm still holding a nice core position of 12, and I sold most into the 13.75. 1367 and 1366. I made a huge chunk, around 13K on that. And a majority of my problems today came from trading in the pre-market. As you can see, I have rules not to trade in the pre-market, because what happens in the pre-market, they pretty much this was my worst trade of the day, I think, because what they did here in the pre-market, usually I try to buy breakouts of 12, and I thought that's going to be resistance in NDRA, and soon enough it became a breakout over 12. It became a fake out breakout over 12, and to me, if it breaks 12, it should go to 20. So I kept buying the backside of it, and I kind of lost in these hard candles over here. So, I mean, today has been an amazing day for longs, because of GWH. GWH spiked up the whole entire market because of this ticker that went from $2 to $4 on Friday, and then pretty much gapped up to 6 and went to 14. So soon enough, you had some sympathy momentum here. STI went from like 12 to like 28. ELBM went from like 4 to like 8.5. And not to mention, we had some aftermarket runners, AQMS, and that pretty much had no news on it, and NVTS here that had Nvidia news. Amazing opportunity, tons of opportunity if you had a scanner where you were in the chat room. Like, today has been a really busy day, all the way up from 7 o'clock in the morning up to 5 p.m. now. I've been at my computer for about 10 hours, but soon enough, you can see my P&L for today for being up. I don't think I calculated all. It's like a lot of money trading this ticker. But my best trade was STI. And then my other trade was ELBM. But what I did in LBM, and I pretty much scalped it for 10%, 10% here, 10% here, 10% here, 10% here, and then I went short. And then I even bought the bounce of VWAP here. So very good day for me. Everybody's everybody's pretty excited over here. It's like it's what a couple of traders said is the long buyers paradise today. So today has been long buyers paradise today. What a couple of traders in the chat room has said, and soon enough it has. So that's about it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be in the chat room starting 6:30 again for another day. Tomorrow I'll finish up earlier just because I don't think we're gonna get so much volatility here. But today has been the long trader's paradise. I'm up a lot of cash. Cheney's here. Anyway, sign up to my private Discord and see what stocks are trading today or tomorrow. You can see so here that today we had crazy volatility. You can see we had 4 tickers over 100%. 4 tickers over 100% with huge volume. One of them 300%, 200%, 290, 150%, just crazy in the battery stocks or battery sector theme. Other than that, see you all in my next video, and peace out for educational purposes only. Make sure you read my disclaimer over there. Anyway, have a good one. Peace.